Imagine this. Summer 1940, the height of the Battle of Britain. Two identical Supermarine Spitfires line up on a runway in Essex. Same powerful Merlin engines, same deadly 8-gun setup, same skilled pilot at the controls. But one tiny difference changes everything. The first plane struggles, a long takeoff roll of over 300 yards, clawing its way to 20,000 feet in more than 11 minutes, topping out at a meager 32,000 feet. Now, the second one, it blasts off in just 225 yards, rockets to 20,000 feet in under 8 minutes, and soars to an incredible 39,000 feet. What made the difference? Not the engine or the wings, but 3 spinning blades that the entire aviation world called impossible. This is the story of Frank Caldwell, the stubborn engineer whose invention turned the tide of World War II. Buckle up, we're diving into how one man's math defied an industry and saved the skies. Our tale starts in 1932, in the gritty test labs of Hamilton Standard in East Hartford, Connecticut. Frank Caldwell, a sharp-minded MIT grad in his early 40s, stands amid the roar of machinery. Wire-rimmed glasses, clipboard in hand, he's all about data over drama. Before him spins a revolutionary propeller, aluminum blades that twist and adjust mid-flight at 2,400 RPM. Sounds simple now, but back then, it was heresy. A few days earlier, disaster struck out west. Boeing's shiny new Model 247 airliner, meant to revolutionize passenger flights, was grounded in Denver's thin mountain air. Those fixed-pitch wooden props, stuck in one angle, couldn't handle the altitude. Airlines like Pan Am and United were furious. Fix it, or we're out. Narrator. The industry scoffed at variable pitch ideas like Caldwell's. Too heavy, too finicky, with parts that'd freeze or shake apart. Even legends like Charles Lindbergh doubted it. The Army called it unsound. But Caldwell? He'd proven skeptics wrong before, pushing metal over wood props during his government days. His secret weapon, cold, hard numbers from wind tunnels, showing 40% better climb, 7,000 extra feet of ceiling, and 15% fuel savings. Visual, animated diagram of the propeller system, oil pressure piston, gears, governor, showing pitch changes from fine, takeoff, to coarse, cruise. Narrator. Here's how it worked. Using engine oil, a smart governor auto-tweaks the blades. Low gear for takeoff power, high gear for efficient cruising. Engine fails, blades feather flat to cut drag, saving the plane. Genius, right? But Hamilton Standard bet the farm on it. 800 jobs, coast-to-coast contracts. Failure wasn't an option. The big test, February 1933. United Airlines gives it one shot on a troubled 247. Pilot Eddie Allen takes off from Denver, sails over the Rockies like they're hills, ceiling jumps to 20,700 feet, speed up 15 miles per hour, fuel efficiency skyrockets. Telegram back, adopt now, orders flood in. But as Caldwell celebrates, the world darkens. Nazis rise in Germany. Japan eyes expansion. What started as airline tech becomes a war machine. Midpoint hook, fast-paced montage of 1930s newsreels, Hitler speeches, Japanese military parades, U.S. Navy planes. By May 1933, the Navy calls Caldwell, "We need fighters that outfly anything Axis." Then, bam, the Collier Trophy, aviation's Oscar. President Roosevelt shakes his hand at the White House. But doubters persist. Army pilots at Wright Field gripe, what if it fails in battle? Caldwell fights back with world tests, brutal simulations pushing props to extremes. He refines the hydromatic system, redundant backups, cold weather proofs. Data wins. P-51 Mustangs cut takeoff by 30%, climb 40% faster, add 200 miles of range. In Europe, they're way behind. German Bf-109s use clunky manual props. British Spitfires and Hurricanes stick to basic two-position setups. Early World War II skies show the cost. RAF bombers can't clear mountains. Fighters lag in climbs. Over France, pilots like Douglas Bader report they escape us at altitude. Air Marshal Dowding frets. Britain's outmatched climax build. Intense Battle of Britain footage. Radar rooms. Scrambling pilots. Exploding bombs. Enter Squadron Leader Desmond Cook, June 1940. Fresh from Dunkirk defeats, he knows props are the fix. He demands retrofits, bypassing red tape. De Havilland, licensing Hamilton's tech, rushes conversions. 8 hours per plane, installing hydraulics and governors. First test, Cook's Spitfire transforms. 4-minute faster climb, shorter takeoff, 7,000 extra feet. Now it's a real fighter, he reports. By September, 90% of RAF fighters upgrade. Battle of Britain rages. Faster climbs mean intercepts before bombs drop. Higher ceilings for attacks from above. Longer patrols, less pilot hassle, no manual tweaks mid-dogfight. Germans, stuck with manuals, lose the edge. RAF holds the line, thwarting invasion. Transition to U.S. entry, Pearl Harbor clips, massive factory assembly lines. Narrator, Pearl Harbor pulls America in. Hamilton explodes. 22,000 workers, 12,000 props monthly. Every B-17, P-51, B-24 needs them. But wartime rush brings glitches, like a contaminated batch causing a B-17 crash over Germany in 43. Caldwell flies to England, hears from crews, fails when we need it. He overhauls, triple redundance, extreme tests. Result? Failure rate drops below 1%. Feathering saves thousands. Bombers limp home on one engine. Combat. P-51s dominate BF-10-9s with speed and height edges. P-47s outclimb Zeros in the Pacific. General Spots declares it as vital as radar. Post-war stats. 15,000 planes saved from better performance alone. Closing scene. Fade to modern jets. Then Caldwell's photo with inspirational music. Narrator. Frank Caldwell's impossible propeller wasn't just tech. It was the unsung hero that flipped air power. From dismissed idea to war winner, it proves. Trust the numbers. Defy the doubters. Next time you fly, remember the blades that changed history. Like and subscribe for more untold World War II stories. Hit that bell. End credits. Sources cited. General history books like The Right Stuff and Aviation Archives. Call to action for comments. What's your favorite World War II invention?